These are brand new. This company just came out, I think back in November or December. They're new, but they're not new. Colin, the guy that was a business partner in Wolfram, and the main guy,
See ya.
they had a falling out, and he started Surge Audio. So you can expect the same quality with this brand as Wolfram. So this is the Surge Audio PS4000.1 monoblock. Really cool gray color. I love the big Surge logo with the black and the gold. Looks super nice. Really high quality looking amplifier. Heavy. So on this end we got 2 inputs, 2 outputs, power, protect, and clip indicator, gain, subsonic, bass boost, low pass, phase, remote, and these are strappable. So there's a output master, input slave, in and out jack on it. I love how the top is completely flat and then the fins kind of go at an angle. That's pretty different. So it looks pretty nice. Make sure you have power for this amplifier, because knowing this is going to put out way more than 4,000. So you got dual 1/0 inputs, and you have 2 sets of 8 gauge speaker outputs on this end. So we'll get it flipped over in a minute and show you the guts. But one of the things I love about it too, check this bass knob out. It's not just black, it's the nice gray finish with the Surge logo, but then you have the voltmeter, clip indicator, and temperature of the amplifier. Really cool. And this is wired, and it comes with the thicker cable, RJ45 cable, and it comes with the manual. Manual shows 4,000 at 1 ohm, 2,500 at 2 ohms, and 1,500 at 4 ohm. So let's get this thing flipped over and I'll show you the back of it and the guts. Okay, here is the back of this amplifier, and it is gorgeous. I love the yellow board because it just adds contrast to all the components and makes everything really pop. Super nice looking amp. I also like how they cut in like a shuriken for the fan vent, and then you got some angled cooling slots. So there's a lot of little attention to detail things on it that are cool. It does have active cooling fan. It's got the Surge logos on the caps. The power dual inputs are actually jumped with big cable, so it's not just 2 separate inputs and then it's joined by the PCB. There's 2 inputs and there's a big cable jumper, which I think that's stronger than using the board as a jumper. So you'll see these 2 jumpers that are going across the 2 inputs. Super nice amplifier, super sexy. I love it. And I bought this for myself. This is going in my truck, gonna power a couple 15s, but super nice looking. Let's get it hooked up to the dyno and see what it puts out. Although I already know it's gonna put out killer numbers, but we're gonna do it anyway. Alright guys, we got it hooked up. Got dual 1/0 running into it. I wanted to show you guys. Love this bass knob. Now this is similar to the Down4sound series bass knobs, but it's wired, which I like. The JP33 is wireless, and I don't like that because you have to run a USB wire anyway, and like Big D said, it takes a lot of rotations to actually get it to move. So I was looking at that amp or this amp, but I chose this one because this is for my personal use. But that's the reason. But really cool bass knob, shows you the voltage and also the amp temperature, and it has a clip light. Really nice. Love that bass knob. And again, this was kind of one of the deciding factors between this and the JP33 for me, is having the wired bass knob. The other thing is I love the way it looks, and I like the yellow PCB board on the back with the Shuriken fan cutout. Really sweet. Alright, so let's get it going and see what this thing puts out. Really looking forward to this. Alright guys, 1 ohm test. Let's see if this thing can give us 1500 at 4 ohm. Yep, nice. So we got 1785 at 4 ohm, uncertified. And I will put the results up on the screen after we do each, 4 ohm, 2 ohm, 1 ohm test. Drew 180 amps at 4 ohms, and we stayed at 14.17 volts. Let's go ahead and do dynamic and see if we can get a little more out of it. Alright, dynamic burst, 4 ohms. $18.85, and we got 174.7 on the inrush amperage draw and 14.32 volts. Pretty good. Let's get ready for that 2 ohm test. So here's the 4 ohm results, and we got 1,785 watts uncertified at 4 ohms with 83.47% efficiency. And at certified 4 ohms, we did 1,736 watts at 98.1% efficiency. So that's awesome. So far so good. Alright guys, here we go. 2 ohms. See if we can get to 2,500. Yep, there we go. 3,057 watts at 2 ohms, and we drew max 342.3 amps and voltage 13.93. Really good, guys, because some of the guys are asking me too. They're running, they want a half bridge and they're going to run at 2 ohm. It's hard to get power at 2 ohm, so to get over 3,000 watts, that's pretty good for a half bridge. Especially this thing's not too expensive right now. I think the price is going to go up, but I think I paid $700 for it. So for this kind of power for a Korean half bridge with the remote bass knob this has and the plexiglass is a killer deal. So again, this is my amp, this is my baby, so I'm excited to test this out. This is going in my truck. This is probably going to be my be-all end-all amplifier. Okay, let's go ahead and do dynamic and see if we can get a little more out of it. So 3,057 uncertified at 2 ohms. Alright guys, dynamic burst 2 ohm. Got the meter set to inrush here. Nice. 3792 dynamic at 2 ohms, and on the inrush we drew 356.9, 14.27 volts. I just wanted to show you guys. So let's see what the temperature is at here. Only 86 degrees. So cool feature to keep an eye on the amp. So this thing's not even breaking a sweat. Alright, so here's our 2 ohm results. So we did 3,057 watts uncertified at 66.95% efficiency. And wow, certified 2 ohms, we did 2,980 watts at 87.38% efficiency. Very good. So let's move on now to that 1 ohm test. Alright guys, 1 ohm test. Let's see what we get. Can we get to 4,000? Oh, well over 4,000. 4815 1 ohm uncertified. 520.2 max amps. at 13.33 volts was the lowest voltage. Very good, man. Make sure you have electrical. You guys see that. Now you're not going to be pulling this kind of current with box rise, but you know, if you're going to be pushing it to the limit, this thing takes some juice. Let's go ahead and try dynamic. Really liking this amp. Alright, dynamic burst 1 ohm. Wow, look at that. 6,619 watts, dynamic burst 1 ohm, 517.5 amps max draw at 13.68 volts. And keep in mind, guys, this is on 14.4 volts setup. So I know some of the other guys use 15.5, even 16 volts, which you're never going to get the power out of the amplifiers unless you have a high voltage alternator setup with lithium. So this is basically what you're going to get out of these amplifiers on a good electrical setup that's running 14.4 volts. So that's crazy power, 6,619 watts. This amp's been very efficient so far. So I'll go ahead and put the results up on the screen now for the 1 ohm tests and the rest of them. So as you can see here on uncertified, we did 4,815 watts at 1 ohm, 70.53% efficient. And wow, look at the certified 1 ohm, 4527 watts at 84.55% efficiency. And even the dynamic, look at that, 6,619 watts, 93.5% efficiency. So this amp not only puts out power, but it is very efficient. This is probably one of the most efficient amps overall that I have tested so far. 89 degrees. Staying cool. Out of all the amps I've done, this thing is probably the least hot. So either the fan's doing a good job, or this case design is really dissipating heat, because I mean, it's really not even warm to the touch. Usually they'll get a little warm doing those 1 ohm tests. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'll put all the results up on the screen again right now. Great amplifier. You can get these right direct from Surge Audio. If you're checking one of these out like I was, I'm sure the price is going to go up, because for this power, for this price, for a Korean half bridge, is an amazing price. And I know Wolfram started out cheap and they kind of had an introductory rate, because you know, Surge is just starting out. Even though it's Collins brand from Wolfram, I'm sure the prices are going to go up. So if you're on the fence, man, I'd probably grab one of these. You'll probably save yourself 300 bucks on this amp if you get it, unless you know, rather than waiting. But hope you guys found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. There you go. 6,619 watts out of the Surge PS4000.1 half bridge amplifier. Peace.